know, Ron.
You better chug.
Sean, thanks so much.
All right, guys. The final of Liquor League. Number 2. Let's see all the T90 drinks in the chat for this. Tatoh is playing as the Franks up against Dogao. Dogao is playing as the Huns. I'll remind you, they cannot repeat civilizations. So whatever civ they choose in game 1, they cannot choose in game 2 and onward. It's a best of 5, played with turbo settings. We might have new viewers here. So what that means is it is very fast. They collect resources faster, build faster. Everything is faster. So Nili, I'm going to talk about Tatoh's map, and I'll do the same thing, let you talk about Dogao. Tatoh, this map is okay-ish. Woodline to the north is good. He has stones and golds in the same area, but it is close enough to his town center to lock it down with some buildings on the front. What are your thoughts about Dogao's map?
Dogao's map is pretty good against Scout Rush. He can easily walk from the wood line to on the south side. Oh, losing a villager.
Oh my goodness, no, it's not a challenge, but that's surprising considering the level of these two players. But yeah, you're right. His wood is good, but the golds and the stones seem to be forward, right?
Exactly. Very vulnerable to potential forwards. Something we won't really see, at least that's what I'm expecting. But in the long run, he kind of needs to get onto one gold spot, which could be ugly for him to control.
Yeah. Tatoh, of all players in Age of Empires 2, probably prepares...
Fix Tatoh's flag.
Already got it, man. Already got it.
Okay.
Tatoh probably prepares more than anyone when it comes to standard play, deathmatch, or Liquor League. And he went for the early mill. Chat pointed it out, and he used the straggler tree instead for wood. And the reason he's done this is because he is Franks, and he collects berries faster already. So with Turbo, that means he can click up to Feudal right after this villager is created if he wants to. That'll be a lightning fast time. And if he is before 5 minutes, then Nili and I have to take a drink per the rules.
That's true. And if it comes to preparation, I prepared for Liquor League the last 15 years. So I'm dedicated as well.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Nili knew this was going to happen at some point. Tatoh has clicked up.
Could be a close one.
Yeah, is he going to beat 5 minutes here?
I think pop 13 will do it. Pop 14 doesn't look like it.
Dogao went pop 12. So
what?
He is... Oh, goodness. He's just beaten it. Got a drink.
Oh.
All right. Tatoh was a little bit after 5 minutes, I think. Both going to be going with scouts. Got to give Franks the edge with the scout war because scouts have the extra HP. And in the past couple games we've seen from Dogao, Tatoh has been able to sit back, relax, enjoy the show, and he can see what Dogao's style is. And Dogao, he's been aggressive early feudal, and then after that he makes sure to wall up his base to secure it. I think Tatoh will know that's coming, and he'll need to do a bit of the same.
Now going for the second boar, and yeah, as I said, I believe Dogao won't take any losses to their scouts against scouts. He should wall so easily. Now should go into heavy farming as well, and yeah, shouldn't be any problems here.
What are your thoughts on Castle Age compositions? Obviously, we're going to see some fights soon, but what do you like more? Huns, where they can go Cav Archers and Knights, or Franks, where they get the free bloodlines?
Depends a bit on how Feudal Age is going. I wouldn't mind Dogao to force like a long Feudal Age and then have some archers already prepared when he goes into, or maybe even has several archery ranges.
Yeah.
So obviously having multiple options is better, but I think it's still pretty close.
How sure are you of that?
98.7.
Okay. Not quite 100, unfortunately, for me.
Yeah.
Tatoh researched forging, and he has 54 HP on his Frank Scout, so he's going to go in and try and do some damage now. He has 4 scouts. He could run past. There's 2 spears now for Dogao. Dogao realizes this, and Tatoh's pushed away, as Dogao is now forward with the bulk of his army.
Oh, engagement over at Tatoh's side.
Wow, how did that...
so far?
Yeah, that was really weird. I felt like Dogao took the better engagement, but Tatoh did. and he killed a scout.
Yeah. So far, losses for Dogao.
Whoa! Whoa! What did those scouts just do? Are they playing Liquor League too? Did you see that? It was like an accordion. It was like, whoa. Oh my gosh, that was so weird. Unfortunate for Dogao. I've never seen that before. Both players sending forward spears.
Oh, but Tatoh can absolutely not take that engagement. Is he trying to take one? Not really.
He has forging and 54
one.
HP. I think he fights here and then runs when the spears come in. That's a good fight for Tatoh. Plus he had the numbers. Dogao is investing in a lot of upgrades, Nilly.
And going for a second stable? Is he going for more scouts or is he skipping the production? He's going for more scouts. He will go heavily on scouts here. Bloodlines, +1 defense. And that might be a small timing where Tatoh cannot really fight. Bloodline against no bloodlines.
Yeah, if Tatoh sees these upgrades and the second stable, he needs to immediately wall up at home. Because now Tato's going to have the faster castle age time, but there's potential for Dogao to do damage. And Tatoh sent his army right where Dogao can take the fight, but Tatoh knows he can't leave. And he's going to wait on this hill.
Oh, we need to get some quick votes. It's so good for Tatoh if he gets out there. Oh, yeah. There should have been a complete wall off and a complete kill.
Yep.
It's so good that Tatoh still have them. They will be so vulnerable later with scouting some monks.
Now, Dogao has stopped, so he's not going all in. He has a lot more scouts, so he can gain that map control he so badly wants. 700 food, 200 gold. Those are the resources he would need to click up. But Tatoh is about to hit castle. 3 stables, Frank Knights on the way. And he has a lot of spears as well mixed in. So I don't think that Dogao will be able to do anything. And I think the faster castle age time is the best approach.
And 3 stables by Dogao as well. That will be some production and some knights indeed. Those spearmen somewhat helping out. But no, not the most important things. Scouts are just disengaging over and over again.
Yeah. Now, for those that ended up getting here after the Viper host or any of the other hosts or whatever, I don't know, his school, work, whatever. The monks convert faster in Turbo. A very good advantage for Tatoh now because he still has scout numbers. He has a lot of knights. That's going to force Dogao into pikemen. Will it force him into knights? Let's see. Pikeman research coming in at the crucial time, and Tato's been pushed away.
Yeah, absolutely. Want to see Dogao build a castle, TC there at the front as well. Needs to make sure to control that gold area. Otherwise, he can never really move out.
It's hard to come back at this level in standard play. I think it's even harder to come back with... Well, I don't know. It's harder to come back with Turbo because everything counts so much more. But at the same time, you might be able to execute some certain strategies like full booming and defending in Turbo. Maybe if Dogao feels like he's behind, he will try and add town centers and just hold instead of push.
Now he's not adding any of those town centers, so just keeping up the production. His knights still only +1 though, and bloodlines.
Raggy says the tech research bar at the top left is delayed. Well, yeah, the research bar at the top right is delayed because Turbo researchers come in so fast that the game is just not made for it. Now, did I say so? Is that
Yes.
a drink? I saw you doing something. Tatoh
I was
ran
just
in here.
scratching my back. But you said so for sure.
Okay,
Chat
well,
will spam so now and will approve what I said.
yeah. I think chat is more focused on the game than our commentary right now.
That's sad.
But yeah.
That's not what they should be here for.
Yeah, of course. Liquor League is about the drinking as well. Let's get some T90 drinks up in the chat.
It's not playing League.
Tatoh with a small lead. He's on 2 town centers, nice walls at home, even researched pikeman himself. Probably going to add a 3rd town center now in the gold on the right. And taking nice engagements in the middle, so I'd say Tatoh has a nice lead.
And I like that he went for the attack before the defense upgrade, because actually attack is benefiting his pikemen and his knights. Defense, only 1. And that's what you can see from Dogao. His pikemen not having a lot of upgrades. And a big raid of Tatoh now coming in at the side again.
You still never answered how Tatoh managed to win a best of 3 1-0. Because there was an admin win. That's why. And oh my goodness, huge losses for Dogao. Yeah, he's really far behind now. Tatoh has all the map control. And I just want to stress to you guys that Tato's economy is so much stronger, both with the vill count, but also the lack of idle time. Now Tatoh knows, okay, there's pikemen, I'll probably just run away from this after idling that TC and killing a vill. No problem. Not looking great for Dogao in game 1.
Yeah, agreed. Now a lot of villagers on stone actually for Dogao. That's quite surprising to me. Seems like he wants to defend this, wants to get maybe even TC number 3 up. Maybe goes into transition and something. He has enough pikemen, so I wouldn't mind archery renders. And indeed, look at his back.
Yeah, well, Tatoh pushing forward right next to that town center. Maybe Dogao wants a castle. You guys could just see how fast this is. Dogao having to retreat from the fight in the middle because Tatoh has more numbers there as well. Every single time in this series that someone has gone into pikemen, they have lost, I believe. And it's just because of the fact that while knights and camels are countered by pikemen, they're faster. They can run away from it. And if you have the skill to do that, as Tatoh does, you're going to be in a better position. And this has just been really solid from Tatoh. No big mistakes. Right from Feudal Age.
Yeah, it kind of reminds me of those games of seeing double Arabia and triple Arabia games.
Yeah.
Where you want to have a lot of mobile army, want to raid over and over again, and everyone who is trying to wall out the map and isn't really successful with that is just running behind and losing the game.
Yeah. Well, as I've improved as a player, I prefer to be in Tato's position where I have that mobile army, you hold the map control, and hopefully my casting has showed that as well, because I really try and tell people that, so we have a lot of new people in the community. Dogao trying to do some counter damage, but look, he's running right into Tato's army. Tatoh covering everything now, and he's on his way to Imp. Very good for him.
What? How did he do that? 14 villagers ahead here as well, and as we said several times, those are even stronger than normal villagers. And Tatoh will probably just wait for Cavaliers, wait for his +4, I want to say, but he's still lacking +2.
That's interesting he didn't have +2, but yeah, he doesn't even need it. Dogao calls the GG in game 1, 21 minutes in. I think Dogao needs to game plan, and he needs to think about his civilization he's going to choose next. Wouldn't be surprised to see both players choose Indians. Dogao has the skill to beat Tatoh, but his start here was really bad. I think the Feudal Age starts are extremely important. For those asking questions, someone said, what is double triple Arabia? That is where you start with multiple town centers. It is not turbo, but still it's similar to turbo because of the town center starts. If you have any other questions, I'll answer them when I can, but here's the achievements. There's the KD, the eco stats, huge difference. Tatoh had less idle time and more villagers. And let's close out of that. Keeping it fast, that way the players don't get held up. It is rather late for people in Europe, I guess.
I think we could have also put in spec delay off.
Well, I want match stats, that way Robo can have the recorded games easier, and he could put it on AOC zone.
Okay, makes sense.
So who drinks there? Tatoh won, so you drink.
I already drank.
Ah, okay. Can you make the last game, if it gets to the 5th game of the best of 5, to be on Aegis? No. Now, this is still for $100. Rather competitive games now that we've gotten to the final.
Yeah, not here for the fun.
I don't think those settings will be fun either, but I didn't want to say that in front of people. Don't tell them I said that.
Okay.
Viking fan with his bits said, never drink and horse ride, kids. All right, good to know. Good to know.
Don't get overexcited. I feel this could maybe not be right.
You think they didn't use turbo?
Yeah.
Seems...
The game didn't start early enough. Yeah,
they didn't use turbo. I'll close out.
Mastermind.
I didn't even play the epic intro, so they didn't even get hyped.
Oh, okay. I just played the hype song for myself.
What is the bird glitch? The bird glitch is when you know the birds fly across the map. Occasionally it gets caught in the corner. It's very rare. I feel like we should have 5 drinks for the bird glitch. But if you haven't seen that, there are a couple videos on my YouTube channel that have that. Dave found that, I think, a year and a half ago, and it comes up every once in a while. Dux says, you didn't read my 100 bits. I'm sorry, I missed it. I don't see any 100 bits from you, Dux. Oh, he says, at Nilly, at T90, what do you think about the taunt debate? Which one is the best, 11 or 19? I don't know if you've heard the Age of Empires 1 19 taunt, but it's like a creepy child laughing. I think that 11 is better. 19 just creeps me out. Sorry, Dux. I'm not ungrateful, Smarthy. Very grateful to have everybody here. How many people in the chat are playing along with us with the drinks? Hopefully you're playing along with Nilly, because he hasn't had to drink as much.
Is that so?
I had 16 drinks in one game, man. I downed a whole beer and a half in one match alone.
I think I had 10 or 11 drinks from the first game only as well.
Okay.
That was pretty brutal, but that's the one where you had 16? Not sure.
Well, a lot of people missed out on the early rounds when the games weren't as competitive. Tatoh built 5 wonders. ACCM built 2 wonders. ACCM lost 3 or 4 villagers to wolves intentionally. Tatoh, the same. It was nuts. It was nuts. You can always watch the VOD.
As you should.
Yeah.
And make sure to follow, like, and subscribe.
If only people could subscribe for... Oh my gosh, I'm slurring. If only people could subscribe for free with something. I don't know. Too bad that doesn't exist.
Oh, didn't I hear of something? Isn't it called like Twitch Prime?
Oh, what's Twitch Prime, Nilly? What's it called?
Twitch Prime.
Oh.
Yeah.
Wow.
You could subscribe for free by using it, I believe.
That doesn't sound right. No. Free doesn't make any sense.
I have no idea. Is that a bug? Is it a feature?
I mean, what are we going to hear next? That your family members could have Amazon Prime and you could still subscribe to someone for free? That doesn't make sense.
No.
Nothing is free.
That would be the most beautiful thing ever. Just supporting your favorite streamer for free?
Yeah, it doesn't sound right. Doesn't sound right.
I mean, that really got out of
All right, guys. Welcome to game 2 between Tatoh and Dogao.
But this might make up
Hold on,
for
1 second.
The last 2 months. Love your streams and commentaries.
Are you getting 50% of this evening? That would be the dream.
Risecracker, thank you so much for that, man. No problem. No problem if you use adblock. Just hope you enjoy the content. I appreciate the contribution. Okay, the slurring is starting to begin. Tato's in the blue. He has chose Mongols against Indians. So T90 Stradamus at it once again. Dogao has chosen Indians. So I think Indians are a fairly good civilization versus Mongols. But at the same time, Tatoh, the guy who chose Franks in game 1 because of the faster berry collecting, maybe chose Mongols in game 2 for the faster hunt. See how fast his uptime will be. And
actually, good thing for him is that his deer are close to his berries. So I want to see the mill more to the north there. If he actually scouts that, which he did. And I really want to see how quick those villagers are getting the food out of that boar.
On a serious note, guys, amongst all the sellout jokes, if you want to follow Nilly's stream, you could type !Nilly to get his webpage. If you're German, that's the place to be on Mondays. He does German, what is it called? Monday. I've been brushing up on my German skills. I'm getting really good at it, man.
Monday.
I think my favorite German word right now is T9T. That's my favorite one.
Nine.
Yeah, I haven't been able to move past that one. But again, like you said, Tatoh, nice position with the deer so he can collect that. Most likely going to see scouts every single game this series because players can advance so fast with turbo. And Dogao has clicked up. Tatoh hasn't.
My favorite German word is Röchelrochen.
Heuschelhoschen.
That was pretty close.
I can't do it, man. I can't do it. Tatoh is pushing in the deer towards his mill. And he was late with that board. Oh, my goodness. He is playing Fast Castle. Well, Fast Castle's a risk. He's going to give a lot of map control to go to Dogao. He hasn't clicked the feudal yet. Dogao is already in feudal. Huh.
That would be interesting.
Risky. Risky business. He's going to risk the biscuit here.
think it is a viable strategy. I don't think he needs to send 3 on gold. 2 should be fine. Not 100% sure.
Dogao. Oh, drink. You said not 100% sure. Drink. Yes.
Finally!
Get wrecked. Get wrecked.
God. Oh god.
To catch you guys up,
Okay.
if you didn't hear, we set casting challenges. If I say so at the beginning of a sentence, I have to drink. I've probably done that 20 times so far. And if Nilly says I'm not 100% sure, which he says often, he has to drink. And finally got him. That small glass there. What a noob. Tatoh going fast castle
CA.
CA. The Cav Archers. His gold is not completely walled off. He's going to try and wall this quickly so he can only lose one villager maybe.
From side, hit from outside even.
Yeah, well, Tatoh is going to be able to wall that off, and he's killed 2 scouts now, which is not the worst situation considering he's soon to be on his way to castle. Now, we haven't seen anyone go forward. Normally in standard play, you're going to see someone go forward in this situation. When you see someone goes with fast castle, you send Vils forward to build a tower or something. I think because of the speed of it, Dogao will not do that. He will be second feudal age longer, but he's getting good map control. Can't do damage right now. I wonder what Tatoh will be able to do.
Oh, Mongol CA. That's going to be interesting for sure. His villagers are exposed at the berries. Can he get the quick walls in? 1? Oh, small losses.
Yeah. Another villager down. Actually, it'd be 2 villagers down. So that's a total of 3 losses. Nice micro from Dogao to wedge those villagers in against the barracks. Tatoh lacking wood and lacking gold, and he does not have fletching yet. So I think Dogao is in a better position now. Tatoh's going to need to mass quite a few Cav Archers before he can do damage versus the Scouts, because Scouts are decent versus just 1 or 2 Cav Archers.
Let's take a look at the resources of Dogao. Well, he is already at 402 and now switching on to gold. He won't have the toughest time, and look at that. Dogao.
Forward villagers. He knows that the Cav Archers are going to need a while to do damage. He's going to build a tower there, out of range. No, Tatoh did just spot that, actually. But the Scouts have a defense upgrade. And keep in mind that Dogao is Indians, and he can add camels after he hits Castle Age. Tatoh, realizing he needs to maybe reposition his walls a little bit so he can have the villagers more to the right-hand side of this gold. Very inefficient. This is dicey. This is close.
What is he doing? Pop 25 out of pop 25. Why didn't he add some spearmen? He's now trying to go for the raid, but I feel like those scouts should maybe perform quite reasonably well against CA. But at the moment, not much at home for him.
Well, it's interesting. Dogao hasn't clicked up to castle yet. So these Cav Archers are going out on a counter raid. It's very important that Dogao can continue to do damage here. He's killed a villager on the gold. But beyond that, Tatoh's actually defending quite well. So if Tatoh can run into Dogao's base, which he's going to try and do right now, he might be able to range some villagers, unfortunately lacking Vodka and Arrow. But this is a good idea from Tatoh. I think he recognizes he's behind and needs to push.
8 villagers behind though, and by the way, we didn't drink for the uptime of Dogao, 4:53. So let's drink for that.
Man, this... I just taste all vodka. That's all I tasted there. The Scouts coming back for Dogao. And oh my goodness, huge engagement here. Tatoh, he needs to mass these numbers. And he's going to lose, what is this, 2 Cav Archers, maybe even more? Well played from Dogao.
Oh, and trying to take another engagement, but honestly, if you like Scouts with +1 defense and Bloodlines, don't perform too shabbily.
Yeah, they're really good. And Dogao has played this one wonderfully. He's pushed Tatoh off all of his gold, hasn't he? And Tatoh does not have any gold income, and Tatoh has taken some big losses. Dogao can probably click up to castle soon.
Doing exactly that, and the sweet thing for Dogao was going for fletching. Really gave him the chance to shield that gold, and all the other gold spots. Very exposed Tatoh, now trying to sneak around to the right-hand side there, but Dogao instantly spotting that with his scout.
Yeah, I think Dogao has bought himself enough time to get the walls up. Very nice setup with his base. He knows that, okay, Tato's going to run forward, I'm walled, so let's commit with the scouts and try and do damage, and that's exactly what he is doing. Tato's trying to hit the gold beyond his woodline on the right. That villager will die. Villager is going to die next to his town center as well, or at least be severely weakened. Well played from Dogao. It was a risky game plan from Tatoh. I don't think it's paid off.
Yeah, I think his map wasn't quite good enough. And G to the G. Dogao coming on the leaderboard, and you have to drink for that.
Yes, I do have to drink because the player in the red won. I will drink, and I will have to get a refill before the next game starts. Let's keep it going. It is 1-1. Really happy to see that it was competitive. Tatoh tried something different, and I still feel like that feudal age pressure is so important. Getting that map control helps so much.
If he just had a defensive gold, he would have been super fine.
Yeah.
If Tatoh just built a defensive tower, he would have been fine. If Tatoh built 3 spearmen, he could have been fine.
T90 fine or just fine?
Just fine.
Just
Not
fine?
T90 fine.
Okay.
And yeah, I think he just cut too many corners this time.
All right, well, it is 1-1. I do have to... Well, we both have to drink because double BitX was researched past 10 minutes as well. So...
What?
Yes.
That's also on there? Let me check it. Settings.
It's on the
I don't see
overlay.
that.
I know, I added it. I added it late. I'm sorry.
Double bit X past 10 minutes.
I gotta go get a refill. All the challenges are at the top left, guys. Thank you, everybody. Insane Midget with 505 bits. Thank you, Gummers. Thank you for the Prime sub. Neely will explain what Prime is on the break. Actually, it was 1,000 bits from Insane Midget. And Hardy Records, thank you for the sub. I will return with more alcohol.
Yeah, you're playing music over me anyway, so I don't bother. 1:30 to go. You need to rush. Yeah. Speculate started.